Within the frozen boundaries of Antarctica, known as the forbidden zone of humanity, anything strange is possible. Today, we follow a deep-sea exploration vessel as it descends beneath the icy Antarctic Ocean, seeking out creatures unknown to science, hidden within eternal darkness. The journey begins with what seems like a harmless drifting iceberg. But beneath the waterline, it plunges more than 900 meters deep, revealing itself as a true frozen giant. The submersible glides slowly along its icy wall. At around 50 meters deep, the first sight leaves the crew astonished. A pod of colossal sperm whales, among the ocean's most intelligent predators, hover vertically, heads down, engaging in unihemispheric sleep. Each session lasts around 15 minutes. As we descend deeper, the pressure becomes more brutal. At 100 meters, light from the surface disappears entirely. And yet, life persists. When the vessel's floodlights switch on, millions of Antarctic krill, each less than 5 centimeters long, swarm the beam like a shimmering golden cloud. These tiny crustaceans are the foundation of Antarctica's entire food chain, with a total biomass estimated in the hundreds of millions of tons. At 200 meters, a pteropod, often called a sea butterfly or deep-sea pearl, drifts into view. In other oceans, these creatures are mere millimeters long. But here in the cold, predator-scarce depths of Antarctica, they grow several times larger, almost like a natural genetic anomaly.
Diving down to 400 meters, a strange glowing tube floats slowly past. It's a bioluminescent marine worm, capable of growing up to 2 meters long. Nearby, a chimera, also known as a ghost shark, drifts somberly by. Native to the abyss, it wears a cloak of translucent skin and lifeless, lidless eyes. At 600 meters, a lone black swordfish glides through the darkness. Its eyes, as large as tennis balls, are perfectly adapted to capture the faintest glimmers in the perpetual black. Then comes one of the most bizarre creatures of all, Turritopsis, the one-eyed squid with mismatched eyes. One small eye peers downward for prey. The other, 3 times larger, gazes upward toward surface light. This creature embodies evolutionary asymmetry, defying every rule of balance we assume in nature. By 800 meters, the infamous Macropinna microstoma appears, the barrel-eye fish. Its head is filled with a clear gelatinous fluid, so transparent that its floating internal eyes are visible, staring out like precision instruments crafted by a mind not of this world. Suddenly, something massive slams against the submersible window, a giant Antarctic toothfish. It can grow over 2 meters long and weigh up to 50 kilograms. Feared for its cannibalistic behavior when starving, this apex predator of the deep leaves, no doubt. Beneath the ice, survival is a brutal game. At 1,000 meters below, sunlight vanishes completely. What remains is darkness and the strange blue glow of bioluminescent creatures. This is their language, a silent form of communication among beings we have yet to understand. At 1,200 meters, a bizarre creature suddenly emerges from the shadows, the fang-toothed fish. With grotesquely long, uneven teeth, sunken eyes, and a terrifying visage, it's considered one of the ugliest fish in the ocean. Its body is lined with pressure-sensitive organs, allowing it to detect even the faintest movement around it. At 1,500 meters, the vessel's light reveals suspended flecks that shimmer like greenish-blue snowflakes, Turritopsis dorni, the so-called immortal jellyfish. Unlike most organisms, it doesn't die with age. Instead, it can reverse its biological clock and revert to a juvenile stage. Though barely a few centimeters in size, its ability to regenerate has stunned scientists, despite false rumors claiming it can grow longer than a whale. At 1,700 meters, the sub witnesses a rare spectacle: marine snow, a slow, silent rain of organic debris made from dead plankton, fecal matter, and microscopic fragments from above. This snowfall sustains life in the dark abyss, feeding chemosynthetic bacteria that survive without any need for sunlight. By 2,000 meters, an ancient-looking shark glides by, possibly a Greenland shark. Dwelling in cold, deep waters, it can live over 4 centuries, moves with sluggish grace, and is nearly blind. It may feed only once a year, an embodiment of patience and slow evolution. As the pressure intensifies with depth, the vessel reaches the Hadal zone, the very bottom of the ocean. Suddenly, sonar picks up an anomaly. From beneath what seems like lifeless sediment, an alien-looking anglerfish emerges. With its cavernous mouth and glowing lure protruding from its forehead, it waves its biological lantern like bait, luring prey into its jaws in a flash. It even uses its pelvic fins like legs, walking across the ocean floor, a rare and eerie adaptation among vertebrates. While skimming along the continental slope, the seafloor unexpectedly erupts with methane bubbles. These gas pockets originate from fossil gas trapped under the sediments. And then, something stranger appears, an underwater brine pool. This hypersaline liquid is so dense it doesn't mix with surrounding seawater, forming a distinct lake at the bottom of the ocean. A surreal illusion, like a lake floating atop a solid seabed. Surrounding the pool are towering hydrothermal chimneys, black smokers that emit superheated fluid, reaching temperatures up to 400 degrees Celsius. These vents host life forms adapted to extremes, bacteria and tube worms thriving in chemical-rich waters. Some vents have been active for over a century, giving rise to isolated ecosystems, parallel worlds hidden beneath the sea. A hagfish slithers by, eel-like, jawless, and boneless. When threatened, it secretes thick slime that can clog a predator's gills. As it drifts past the edge of the brine pool, the image is haunting, like humanity trespassing into a realm where the laws of life and death no longer apply. Here, life exists without sunlight, without oxygen, and without connection to the world above. It's astonishing to think that beneath our feet, thousands of meters deep, lies a biological dimension beyond anything humanity has ever truly understood.